Welcome to the Porch Drunkies. This is Megan.
I'm Thomas, and tonight we have our returning special guests, both Melanie and Julie.
Hello.
Yay. Hello. Good evening.
Good evening.
We're stoked.
We are.
We're stoked to have you. Thank you
This
for
is
coming out again.
mine and Julie's dream come true.
It really is. I mean, it started way back before Halloween.
Is this a coaster for me?
Yes, it's a
Yes.
coaster for you so that you're not
See.
banging on the table.
Such good accommodation.
Mm-hmm.
They really go all out here
Yeah.
at the Porch
For
Drunkies
those
podcast.
of you
just
who
so
are not lucky enough to be sitting here with us so you can't see it, it's a paper towel.
But it
Folded.
feels
Hey.
like
It
cloth.
does.
though.
Yeah.
Those
It
are the
really
good paper
does.
towels.
Hey, Julie, just to let you know, that's your coaster, and you don't have to destroy it during the podcast.
Okay. Did you notice that I stole some paper towels
Yeah, I
from your
did.
kitchen?
Yeah. Last time, Julie destroyed her coaster because she picked it up and she was fidgeting with it the entire podcast.
Oh my God,
And
you're
so
right.
anytime she picked up her drink and put it down, it was like clank. I'm like, you have a coaster.
You had one.
Yeah. I'm like, where's your coaster? Oh, you're fidgeting with it. She's not tearing it apart. I'm like,
it was
okay.
just shredded.
I do that with bar coasters.
Yeah.
don't
I guess
care
that's-
Oh
what
my God, yeah.
I guess I was just taking out my internal anxiety so it wouldn't show in my professional podcasting voice.
Yeah, with bar coasters, normally they're round or square or whatever, but they're always smaller than, or bigger than, the glass that you have sitting on them. So I'll start folding the coaster around my glass and start ripping it so that it fits the very circumference at the bottom of my glass. So at the very end of it, it's like, that's my coaster.
That's classic.
Yeah. And then I ripped the shit out of those things. They're like, God, and they always throw it on another one. I was like, I'm just going to do it again. I'm not going to.
Didn't you learn from the first one?
Exactly. I call this coaster. Have you seen the commercial? Every time I think of these commercials, I'm like, whatever. The bucket list commercial with the guy
I thought
who
you were going to
has
say
the...
Sarah McLachlan.
I know.
No,
I was
no.
thinking
Yes, I have. I have to change the channel
I was
really
like,
quick.
listen, Sarah.
Even the dogs are probably looking at that and going, gee, Sarah, that's a little heavy-handed.
I know.
We're
I'm
on
not
these
sad
dogs,
because I'm
you
starving.
know.
I'm sad because I just ate a shoe and I got yelled at.
I know.
And they always have, the kitty with the bad eye, and you're like, oh,
I got
the
into
kitty
the
with the bad eye.
Garbage again.
But you were saying about that.
So I think it's a car commercial, really.
Yeah.
But it's it's like one of those go anywhere commercials, but throughout, he's got a list, and it's like him and this
Subaru.
dog going but it's like this bucket list for this older dog, and it's like find a girlfriend, and so he takes her to the dog park, and he's like, here, go over there. The dog goes and woos a female dog, and then it's like chase to something, it's like takes her to the beach, chase the seagulls, that kind of thing. It's just a cute commercial.
Aw.
And it's like, for wherever life takes you kind of thing.
Aw.
It's really cute.
So I did get some free advertising for the show tonight.
Mm-hmm.
On the way over, I told my Uber driver about it. He said he would mention it to everybody tonight.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That was super exciting.
He's like, I'll drop you off at the house. You'd be a fucking part of it.
What's your Uber rating, Julie?
I don't know.
I don't know. I've never looked at my Uber rating. I think I'll find one.
Can you look it up for me?
I've never rated anybody.
I didn't
on
know you
Uber.
haven't.
I was really upset to get my ratings.
Why?
Because I think I'm a fun person and I'm a good passenger. I've never been like a drunken fool. Where the hell is Uber?
Yeah.
And
How do you get your rating?
you have to.
How do you get your Uber
there it
rating?
You go to your settings.
In Uber?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is an
Let's
instructional
see,
part
yeah.
of the
Yeah.
show.
We're doing this right now. Settings. I don't know if I want to know mine. She talks too much. She asks me too many questions.
Anyways, my rating was 4.7
Out of what?
out of 5.
Well, that's really good.
I know, but it was like
It's like a 94 out of 100, Mel.
But
How is
why?
that?
know.
But what makes me not a 5-star rider?
Maybe there was that one time
Maybe that
that
person was
we
having
went
a
to
bad day.
Addie's.
No, because we always offer to buy them Addies.
Yeah.
What's Addie's?
Previous
Adalberto's?
trips.
Oh.
This is gonna drive me nuts.
You can't find it?
Yeah.
I can't find it either. I don't know how to even rate somebody.
It pops up after your ride.
Oh.
It says select help, then account.
I'd like to know my rating.
Yeah, there you go.
Submit. There we go. Your average trip is 5 stars.
Oh my god.
I've used it 3 times.
4.7. Wait, do you really have 5 stars?
Yeah, your average trip is 5 stars.
You did.
Help.
Because I
Yeah.
talked to my
Help, you
driver.
can
Help account. I'd like to know my rating. Submit.
Yeah.
You should get an email from Uber with your rating. Okay, let's try.
Mine just pops up in the app.
Yeah, mine did too.
Wow. Your average trip rating is 4.3.
Oh,
Julie! What the hell, man?
You thought your 94 was bad, Mel. 86 out of 100.
God.
She's got a B.
What do my Uber drivers have against me?
That's what you need to say.
Maybe you talked to him too. Maybe it was the guy that dropped you off. He's like, yeah, I'll tell people about you.
Yeah.
They like me. They really like me.
Perhaps it's because I don't offer them a cash tip. I don't know.
Isn't that like a kick in the gut? Like you feel like you had a pretty
Yes.
good date,
I'm like,
and the bastard doesn't call.
Mm-hmm.
what the hell? All my writings have been exemplary.
Guess
I
not.
never threw up. I never farted in the car. I never, I asked once to roll the window down a little bit, and that was said fine. And gosh, that really upsets me. I think I'm going to be having a talk with my driver later this evening.
You know what I found out tonight? My Uber rating. Fuck you.
Look,
This is a
buddy.
preemptive fuck
Look,
you.
there's $3 in it for you if you give me a 5, all right? I need to bring my average up, man.
You're paying people off to like, give me a better rating. Give me a better rating.
Yeah.
Only
Validate me, please.
only with money, not with any kind of sexual favor.
Yeah.
Let's just be very clear
Unless
about
they're
that.
good
What if-
looking. then-
Well,
see, eBay, I've got a perfect score.
That's because you order from China a lot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're interesting. The emails I get. You know what I freaking love so much?
What?
When Facebook auto translates.
Yeah.
There's some really funny things. Like one of them was translated from Portuguese today, and it was like I can't even remember, but it was so funny. It's like with all the technology and all of the like, how come they can't do a better job at Google Translate?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Google's got
They do
everything
okay.
on lock, too.
They do okay.
But not always, because,
No.
okay, how many times have I've seen, some of my friends that are very fluent in Spanish, and they're using slang terms and things, and I'm
Right.
like, I don't know this, and I put it into Google Translate, and I'm like, what? Half the words come back in Spanish. I'm like, thanks. it's
If
like,
I knew
if
Spanish, I wouldn't be using this
Yeah, exactly. I'm like,
particular
I can kind of get the context around it, but I don't know what those words are. It might make or break the statement,
That's where punctuation is key.
Yes.
Because remember, I sent you a message and it was in Irish,
Mm-hmm.
and you translated it, but you forgot to capitalize the first word
Right.
of the sentence, and it came back. You're like, I can't remember what it was, but you're like, what?
I have
was like-
no idea what you're trying to say to me right now.
How funny that a capitalization would completely change it.
Some languages, like German, auf Deutsch, all of their nouns are capitalized. So even if it's like bucket or, so every you can tell a noun in a sentence by the capitalization. There's a capitalization in the middle of the word. It's talking about something. So that's something, So
Yes.
we
The
have
more
different
you know.
rules. Yeah, so we have different
Um,
rules based on our language and our, the context of it. So
That
My-
is 2 things you've learned this year.
Yes.
1, how to request your own rating from Uber. And
Yes.
2,
I was gonna say,
That
what was the
German-
first one?
that German nouns are all capitalized.
Melanie knew both of those things.
The next
No, I
topic-
didn't know about the German thing.
No.
One of my favorite words is a German word. It's
Schmetterling?
Schadenfreude.
Shizer.
No, Schadenfreude. It's the feeling that you get when something bad happens to someone else and you're kind of glad.
Schadenfreude. Yeah.
Yes.
Like when someone else doesn't win the Powerball?
Yes.
Oh.
You're like, oh, bitch, I'm sad it was me. It wasn't me, but I'm really fucking happy it wasn't you.
That's for sure.
When I bought my Blue Moon tonight, I was okay. So this sounds bad, but not like I would ever actually do it. I freaking hate traffic, and I commute all the way from Davis.
Uh-huh.
And on Fridays, traffic is always god awful.
Yeah.
Yes.
And,
And everybody
holiday
acts like an
weekends,
idiot.
this 3-day holiday weekend,
Ah.
Uh-huh.
it's even worse.
Yeah.
And it was awful. And I was like, you know what I want is a damn beer. Like, I want to just drive home and drink one beer.
Beer between my legs, yeah.
Because I could go to a bar and
Uh-huh.
drink one beer and then legally be able to drive home.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why can't I just be like, look, I'm responsible enough to where I'm only having one.
Right.
I could have had it before I left.
Yeah.
That would just make my commute so much better.
Right.
And Kelly was like, I'd rather have a glass of wine right now. I'm like, no, I want a Blue Moon with oranges.
Yeah.
So I
Oranges.
so I bought this blue Moon at the store before I came over here, and I was like, I should go get some oranges, and I couldn't
Oh, yeah,
make
lemons and
myself do
limes.
it because I went to Whole Foods today and spent $18 on 5 oranges that were at my house. They're not they're not oranges. They're
Mhm.
called Sumo tangerines.
Yeah.
They come from one
Farm.
farm
Yeah.
that makes them, and they basically like bonsai their trees, so it makes their tangerines like the size of big oranges.
Yeah. Ooh.
And it's basically like a gigantic cutie. They're so good, and they only come out. They're out from like January to like May or April every year.
Mhm.
So when they're out, I go hog wild, and I get them all the time.
I could imagine that would be a beautiful scene to walk through
Oh,
as far
yes.
Bonsai
as
trees
like
with
bonsai
oranges.
freaking
Yeah.
tangerines so that they
With
grow
just like
gigantic.
the
They're-
little fruits on
I'm
them, not ready to
envisioning
be
that right
picked
now.
yet.
And when
Just
the
all the pretty
blossoms
little
happen,
fruit.
like
Yeah.
that would be
Oh.
They are the ugliest piece of citrus you will ever see. The peels look so wrinkly and weird and gross.
star fruit's
but-
kind of weird.
I've learned, because this is like my 3rd or 4th year that I've been obsessed with these Sumo tangerines, that the uglier they are, the better they are. So I was like going through and picking all the ugly ones, and they're always $2.99 a pound. So they end up to be like $3 each because they're about a pound each.
Right.
But this year they raised the damn price.
Oh.
$1 a pound. So I went on their
They're-
Facebook
so they're
page. They're $3.99 a pound.
Ooh.
That's $4 for one piece of fruit. You can get a whole watermelon for $4.
I know.
Yes, you can.
Even out of season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I went on their Facebook page because I follow them on Facebook to get the updates and stuff. And, I said, I just had my first sumo of the season, and it was delicious, though not the best I've had.
Did you post a picture of it?
No.
Okay, good. This might be an exception because I've never seen a sumo tangerine.
I have in the past posted a picture of the sumo tangerines, but I'm very upset about it. So I'm hoping maybe because they sell them at like Whole Foods and Rayleigh's and stuff like that. I'm
Yeah.
hoping maybe at Rayleigh's they're gonna still be $2.99 a pound.
Yeah.
Because I could realistically do heroin for cheaper than.
Right.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. They sound fantastic, though.
Mhm.
It's made me really curious to try one.
They're
I would
amazing.
love to try one.
Speaking of citrus fruit like that, like the huge ones, I always get like the huge. Okay, so growing up, we always had like the freeway or like the citrus people like $5 for a giant bag of like the sweetest, most juicy oranges you'll ever fucking have in your life. A giant like mesh bag full of them. Like I'll go to the stores here and I'll buy one of those bags for like $8, and all of the oranges are huge, and then you peel them and the peel is like 2 inches thick.
Yeah.
Those
And
are
there's
the best oranges.
nothing,
Though. The thicker
no.
the peels, the better. they
No,
are.
but it was so dry. Like all of them, it's like wah wah.
This is a
Oh.
sumo, but they're like the size of a
Oh.
softball. They found pretty ones in the picture though. They're funky.
Yeah,
The,
they do look very wrinkly,
Mm-hmm.
like
So-
a dried orange.
This is a sumo tangerine. If you want to look up like what they look like.
Sumocitrus.com.
Sumocitrus.com.
Ba-bam.
Not sponsored, although I would love sponsorship from them.
I bet you would.
I swear we don't talk about sponsorship until Julie's on the fucking podcast. Every goddamn time it's like, sponsor us! We're like, we're not doing it.
Hustling.
That's right.
Hustling.
So yeah.
I am so white. I shouldn't have even said that.
Yeah.
My brain was thinking that as soon as it started coming out of my mouth, but I don't give a shit.
Well, Thomas, I know you guys do karaoke. Do you ever do like rap songs when you do karaoke?
He does Weird Al.
He does
Hell yeah,
the
Amish
Paradise.
And white and nerdy. I try to. There's some of that's way, way too fast. Because I've done it pretty well, but I slip up It depends on how drunk I am at the time, actually.
Oh yeah.
In most cases, like, if it's at the beginning of the night, I might be able to get through like 90% of it.
Yeah.
As the night goes on, if I try to do white and nerdy without any kind of tempo change or anything...
He's real confident about it,
Can
but...
you change the tempo in karaoke songs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do a little bit.
You can change the pitch or the tempo.
Do a little bit of that for us now, Thomas.
No, I'm good.
Come
No,
on.
that's he
I'll
doesn't have the
beatbox
copyright
for
to
you.
that song, so he cannot podcast.
No,
him
you
singing the song.
can sing it because it's a cover and it's not copyright infringement. You just can't play it. You can download your podcast.
You can now.
Oh, I'm downloading Julie's podcast.
If you guys haven't listened to this week's podcast, you should totally listen to it.
I'm halfway through it. I was so freaking busy at work today.
Yeah, it was a really good one.
I have to confess, I haven't listened to it yet, but I'm going to.
Have you listened to any of the podcasts since
Yes,
you've been on it? Have you?
Yes, I have.
Okay. I'm
Did you
like,
listen to my podcast?
I did.
Just making sure.
That's right.
We're gonna have to stop this and play it for you.
Well, it's not a siren, but I'm going to drink a little bit.
Yes!
good push, Mel. Good push.
Excellent.
That was for the listeners.
I can't burp like that, but I can sneeze like an MF, man.
Dude.
You've heard me sneeze from your aisle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, especially this week because I've been.
I thought you were going to say, like, oh, yeah, I can hear you down
No,
there.
no, I've always been a very loud sneezer.
Me too.
And it's like it comes from my soul is how loud it is. And it's like this week I've been sick. So I woke up with bronchitis. Like I went to bed feeling like the verge of bronchitis on Sunday. Woke up with full-blown bronchitis on Monday. Dealt with that. It was like 8 o'clock on Monday night. All of a sudden I sneezed like 3 times in a row.
Oh.
And I'm like, God damn it. Here it comes.
That's
you
what
know?
happened the last time I got a head cold. It was I sneezed a couple of times and instantly
Yeah,
I was
it
sick.
was like, oh man, and it's like your nose becomes a faucet where it's like automatic drip all the time. So Tuesday was like that, but all throughout, like Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, it was like my brain was on this perpetual sneeze motion where you're like, I feel it coming on, like just go away, So you're like trying to make yourself sneeze. Well, but especially this week because I've been like, anytime I do sneeze, it's like that chest sneeze.
Yeah.
It's like, oh god, it hurts so good.
Like, I wonder if it's preventable. Like, if
I
you
know.
can somehow avoid that sneeze.
How
But
weird.
those are the most annoying sneezes, though. You know that it's like they're coming. It's like I wonder what happens during that sneeze. It's like
Inside
a germ
your
is like
body.
tickling, knocking.
Yeah.
Germs are knocking, and then you fucking open up those gates. And they're like, oh, we're in.
We made it.
We made it. You're gonna hate life for the next 3 days.
Woohoo.
He's such a gentleman, Thomas.
That's a good look for you.
It is, isn't it?
I
I
believe,
Biker
I believe
bitch.
it might actually be a woman's leather coat. So
Well,
I got
since
that
you
in
can't see
a...
us, Thomas has just let me a jacket because it's a slight bit of chilly on the porch tonight.
You're sitting right by the fire pit,
I
too.
know.
It's not kicking off my teeth these days.
Oh, yeah.
I'm old, okay? Old people get cold.
The thing is you're probably not drinking enough.
You need to drink
I
faster.
know, right?
Well, we have
Do you want
champagne.
a ginger ale?
I will have one. I would like one. I would like to have one of those. I kind of like those. Those were good.
Yes, so I received that jacket in a trade some time ago.
One time, many years ago, when I lived in the crappy apartments in a certain area of town, that was right
Deep in
across
the
the street
Cho?
from a... Yes.
The Joe.
Deep in the Cho, yes. Right across the street from a grocery store, which is no longer there.
Grocery outlet.
No. I don't even remember
Grocery
what it was
outlet's
called.
still there.
But a grocery outlet type place.
Yes, it was a weird kind of store, and I had to run over there in the evening. And I don't remember what I was getting, but I was probably going to bounce a check for some milk or something.
Yeah.
You know.
That's what you do.
We gotta do what we gotta do.
what you gotta do.
$20
And-
over.
You know?
I need to get
And an
back.
And an African American gentleman comes up to me in the parking lot as I'm walking to the grocery store. Hey, and he has a leather jacket on a hanger and wants me to, buy it. I'm like, dude, I don't have any money. You know, I'm about to go write a check
Like,
into
I'll
the
write
grocery
you-
store.
I'll write you a check.
Writing a bouncing check for milk.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, man, you could just write a check.
Oh fuck.
I give you my account number? No.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Well, and I couldn't help but wonder, you know, where did he get that jacket? It was a woman's jacket.
Uh-huh.
So you're like, did he steal his like
I got
girlfriend's
a matching
jacket?
purse.
You
want a gold
That
watch?
was that jacket. He traded Thomas.
Yeah. For a gallon of milk and a
Yeah.
pack of cigarettes.
Hey man.
Did you see the video? It went viral this week of the woman, or maybe it was last week, of the woman who went to Starbucks and like
Oh,
bitched out the
yeah.
19-year-old chick.
Oh
No.
Yeah. So
Oh.
she went to
No.
on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. She went to Starbucks, and she had she was paying for her stuff, you know.
Yeah.
With a
And
card.
the girl said, "Oh, I need to go back to get some more printer paper. I'll be right back." So she takes her card with her, and she comes back, hands the card back. So that later that day, she gets a notification from her bank saying your card is being used fraudulently.
Oh.
So she goes like it was like she went to a store. I think it was like a Lucky's or
I
something.
think it was Ralph's.
Oh, Ralph's, yeah. So she went to
Wow.
Ralph's, and they got
High-end even.
surveillance camera showing this girl, and she's like, "That's the girl that served me my barista at
What?
Starbucks." So she called. She went to Starbucks the next day. Her husband's recording her. She's got 2 kids in the back of the car, calling out this 19-year-old girl, and the girl's like, "I'm so sorry. I'll give you $250 right now. Please don't call the cops. I'm a good girl."
Yeah.
I'm like, "You're a fucking good girl." How? Okay, I don't even like in my 34-year-old brain. I don't even know how you would take a card and make a copy of it to the point that you can use it anywhere else. You know,
Here's the
you're
thing.
a good girl.
The thing
You're
is,
not
though,
a good girl if you do that,
but
people.
Right. I agree with that, but I also feel like desperate times call for desperate measures.
What was she buying?
And she went to a grocery store and spent $206. So maybe it's a situation where she lives with her family and they had no food and they were desperate, type of thing.
But you don't steal
No,
from somebody because you're desperate.
I agree, but I really am curious to know her reasoning behind it, and also the part of the video because I heard it on the radio before I saw the
Maybe she
video.
was buying like a ton of chocolate.
Maybe it was beer. I don't know,
Yeah.
but
It could have been.
I heard it on the radio before I watched the video, and she's like, "I'm sorry for stealing your card. I'm sorry for stealing from your kids. I'm sorry this is an inconvenience
for
to
you
And
coming down here, yeah.
I was like,
What?
"Oh, you little bitch! Like
Inconvenience?
inconvenience?
It's like that's the understatement of the century.
Yeah.
Okay, so that happened to me. It was like 2009 or 2010. It was like a week before Christmas, and I
Oh.
checked my bank statement, and it said that I had gone to some South Sac Safeway store,
You're like, I don't.
and
go to
I'm
South
like,
Sac.
yeah, I don't think I've ever been to South Sac, let alone go right before Christmas, you know, and spend exactly $250. And I was like, at Safeway, you know, they have at that time it was the only store that had the card kiosks for like the gift cards.
Yeah.
And somebody stole my card information and went and bought $250 worth of gift cards at Safeway. And I'm like, it's nice that you had a great fucking Christmas, but I'm dealing with 9 days that I'm not going to have my money back in my account because I've got to prove that it's fraudulent, you know? It's so stupid.
That's horrible.
And it's like, okay, so where did I go that it could have, you know, and everyone's like, oh, always pull on your card reader, you know? I was like, I don't think about shit like that. Especially at that time. I was like, I'm, you know, always been so naive about it. Like, oh, whatever.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm going to be on my phone. I want to order this thing. I'm going to put my card number right here on my phone, you know? It just never dawned on me. But it's like, you know what? Not everybody's as honest as I am, you know?
It's true. And that's how the crooked people get you, because when you're honest and you have that value, you know, not to steal and stuff,
And they think of things like that as an inconvenience. Oh, I'm sorry you're inconvenienced. It's like,
you don't even know how they go there. How do you even go there?
I know.
How do you even go there? Where,
and, you know, and
Where you
Melanie's got
feel
a
like
point. Yeah,
that's-
desperate times do call for desperate measures. And it's always my zombie apocalypse thing. Desperate times call for desperate measures. But I don't have to take from somebody
Mhm.
to give to my family.
Mhm.
That is like the bottom of the barrel. Like if I'm doing that kind of thing to someone, I don't really, I shouldn't be existing. You know, it's really the end of it.
But that wasn't the zombie apocalypse. The thing that I'm more curious about
Mhm.
is how did she get the usable card? Because people
Right.
with skills like that,
I know.
I'm just gonna say, people with skills like that. If you know those people, this isn't the first fucking time they've
I
done it.
I didn't even
no.
think of
Yeah.
that.
It's like, how many other people, and that's, somebody's like, well, is it something, people go to Starbucks to get coffee, not to get robbed,
Right.
and it's like, how many people, how many times have you run out of printer paper?
Exactly.
And, what are you doing in that 12 seconds that you're gone with the card?
Well, and she's kind of stupid because if she did that, like, say 10 cards a day,
Mhm.
but instead of going and spending,
$200, yeah.
If you spent, 15 here.
Or $8
Not
here,
that we
yeah.
condone anything
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah.
I'm just
No,
saying.
of course not. Of course we don't condone
You're
that
gonna
behavior.
be smart about it at least.
It's like I would never murder anybody, but you hear all these cases of like where they find dead bodies and
Right.
like how they catch the people, and I'm like, oh my god, I would never be that fucking stupid had I murdered somebody. Like I would be so like over the top OCD about how I handled everything.
Yeah.
I feel like I've watched Dexter.
Yeah.
Actually,
Fuck up.
I've never watched Dexter,
Yeah.
but
I used to watch Dexter. I love Dexter.
it's crazy.
But the whole watching Dexter made me believe that Stephen Avery is innocent, because knowing Dexter, and like he was a blood spatter, pathologist, like he was like, oh, well, this is what happened. Like, obviously it came up this way, and like watching Making a Murderer, I was like, there's no fucking way this guy's guilty of doing this,
Have you watched it, Julie?
I have not watched it, but I've heard how popular it is.
You need to watch it.
And I've heard a lot of the arguments back and forth about it. It's been pretty interesting, actually.
Yeah.
So my whole thing is like, I don't think everybody needs to watch it because it's so frustrating.
It is so frustrating.
And the thing about it is that what's the most fascinating is the case. So if you don't want to dedicate 11 hours to watch the show, if you just go online and just read the facts about the case, like it's interesting enough.
It's very interesting.
And
it's heartbreaking watching the show, especially not even
The
for the
nephew.
case. It's the nephew. It's totally the nephew. It's a 16-year-old boy, not the brightest fucking light in the the toolbox.
that light bulb done burned
No,
out.
he's not.
Yeah, wasn't he
was-
like pretty much into the lower?
Yeah, he's like he got an IQ of 69. It's like it's technically retarded, and I'm not using that in a derogatory term.
No.
But literally,
Mentally
scientifically, it's technically retarded,
Mental retardation.
Yeah, and so it's just sad, and being a mom and like seeing that, it's like, and having the mom walk in after all of this, after his interrogation happens, and him telling her what's happening, or the cops going saying, oh, your son just confessed to a murder and a rape, and she walks in, she's like, what are you talking about? He's like, they got in my head, Mom. And it's like he knows this well enough to say they got in my head. I didn't mean to say any of these things. They told me what to say, and I said it.
Here's the other thing, my other opinion on it. So they've both run out of appeals.
Mm-hmm.
But how is that fucking possible with all with Steven? Like I don't necessarily think he's innocent. Maybe he had something to do with it.
Right.
But there was
There's not enough evidence to prove that.
And there was so much shady evidence.
Yeah.
How does that in and of itself not warrant him another trial?
Right.
And this, especially with the nephew, there was no evidence of him being involved in it. And the way everything went down.
Shit confession.
And yeah, the way everything went down, that was all on tape. It's all been recorded. So any judge can clearly see what happened.
Not just what they showed in the courtroom.
Yeah, all these things with
every
his lawyer
minute
not
of it.
there, like
Exactly.
everything.
Mm-hmm.
How does that not warrant another freaking trial?
Mm-hmm.
Like that to me shows you how shady it is.
Yeah.
It's the rule system.
But the thing
The
is
court
that the court that they were appealing with was the same fucking judge that was the overruling judge when he was in his court. So
that's not supposed to happen.
that's what happened like 3 times. And he's like, nope, I'm not going to appeal it. I'm not going to overrule it. I'm not going to overrule it. And it's like, of course you're not. Because you're a dirty fucking judge in a dirty fucking cop town.
Yeah.
It's so shitty.
That's like hand of God.
It is. It's disgusting. And it like,
Sorry, hand of God's Amazon Prime series.
It's amazing.
It's good.
Oh.
Yeah,
Ron
it's
Perlman
very good. And Julianne Morris.
Their guy.
Mm-hmm. But that's, yeah. So
It's crazy.
it is crazy.
And the DA that got busted for fucking
For diddling the fucking interns.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
And this guy just spent 18 years of his life in prison for a crime he did not commit.
Yeah.
And
he's playing the martyr. He's like telling him, well, if you, like, I understand that, you think that this is all evil, but if you even want me to be related to this case, and we're talking about the Stephen Avery case, like naming him specifically, if you want me to, like, to do anything or put any input on these two cases anymore, it's like 8 years after it happened, it's like, whoa. So this is like still in the forefront in his mind where, like, you need me because I put them away. It's disgusting.
Okay, so we had a baby shower for my sister-in-law. Well, my sister-not-in-law.
Okay.
Future sister-in-law.
Yeah.
Oh.
My brother's girlfriend of like 9 years.
Okay.
We had
At our best friend's house, so we were like, mimosas!
Yeah. And I was like over there late the night before. The both of us were over there late the night before, like getting stuff ready. And then I was over there super early in the morning to get things ready. And we're sitting outside. It was just me and Kelly. I was like, God, I really want mimosas. She's like, oh man, that sounds so good. So we called Megan. I was like, you want to do us a flavor?
I was out at CVS, so I was like,
she's like, I just checked out, but I'll go back. So she went and got the champagne. And it was Cook's, which is the usual brand that I buy for like,
any mimosa.
If I want to have like a nice mimosa, I'll get Corbel, but Cook's is just a standard good champagne.
Thank you.
Every single fucking cork would not come out. And I was taught how to open them in a really effective way that has always worked for me. And we could not get these fucking corks out.
I wonder if something was wrong with them.
Something. So one of them...
Defective corks.
Well, they were bottom shelf CVS corks.
Yeah. One of them was... There was like 4 or 5 of us for like 20 minutes trying to get this cork off.
Please, wine.
And the top fatty part broke off. So it was just the cork in the bottle.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a wine bottle opener, which in my mind was gonna basically explode it like a pipe bomb. Like
all of us.
I'm
like steer clear.
I'm picturing all of these bad things that happen. So Kelly, whose house we were at, she only had like the fancy bottle opener where you like clamp it over the bottle and you pull the finger down and you pull it up and it does it all automatic. So there was like 4 of us holding the bottle of champagne like with a death grip like away and holding our faces away.
Okay, Megan, go.
And like 2 people were doing the thing and it was like wah wah wah. It was like
like pretty sure we all flattened it trying to get the damn cork out. Whatever.
Before you could have just pushed the cork through at that point.
Well, it's pressurized. It's pressurized in a champagne bottle, so you can't. Like a wine bottle, that happens, you push the cork through. Yeah. But on a champagne bottle, it's pressurized, so you don't have the ability to push the cork through.
Poke a hole through it.
Before the top broke, I even shook the shit out of the champagne, thinking it's gonna pop off and fly across the yard.
Yeah. Didn't happen.
Oh my goodness!
It was on. I think there's pictures of it somewhere. I haven't seen the pictures.
My mom took a picture.
But it's like literally 4 girls holding it, and me and my sister-in-law like trying to like wedge it. Like both of us are standing there like with our faces like, eek, we're gonna die.
Yeah, it was awful.
Kids, get away! It's gonna blow. It was ridiculous.
There's nothing worse when you find yourself alone and you're gonna really want to have a drink, and you have some complicated like bottle of wine or something to open, and you're like, oh man, I'm gonna have to.
That cuts down my drinking by like 10 seconds.
Damn it!
Damn it!
Another thing that's frustrating is like last cigarette kind of situation.
Yeah.
You like something happens to your last cigarette, you're like, God damn it!
Like you either light it backwards or you flick the whole damn thing
out the window.
Your car window.
Mm-hmm.
I've literally
or you
done it.
Snap it in half. You're like,
I've done that 3 times. My last cigarette out the window. I've never flicked my cigarette out the window like that ever in any other circumstance.
Other than it's your very last one.
And it's been like 12 years since that happened.
I know.
I'm a good one for always lighting the wrong end, and you're like,
wood
oh man, then it's just disgusting.
So,
and then you're like, I have to get dressed now to go out and buy cigarettes.
that smell of when you
it's nasty.
I will never forget in my entire life. I'll be like 97 with dementia, and I'll remember this. I was at the freaking Marlboro Ranch where they're all lifelong smokers,
Wow.
And then somebody will light one backwards, and you see everyone go looking around to see who did it, and then you see who it was. They're like, oh man, so embarrassing.
There's actually a Marlboro Ranch.
Oh my God, Julie.
You don't even know.
What?
I was
It's in Montana.
Uh-huh.
It's the best time of your life. So
Best
you
time.
have to go. This is not sponsored, but everybody who are smokers over the age of 21 should go and do it. You sign up on Marlboro.com, and they have contests all the time, and you just do them. Like, they're stupid things you go on every day. You do whatever. But you can win trips to the Marlboro Ranch.
And you won a trip?
They're legitimate trips. Where
Literally,
they pay
all
for
expense paid.
everything. They mail you luggage beforehand. They send you plane tickets, gift cards to check your luggage in. They, like, everything. It's, like, while you're there, it's, like, 5-star food, open bar.
They give you
like,
5 packs of cigarettes. They send you a check to pay for the taxes for the gift. Like that. Like,
wow.
literally, you do not have to worry about a thing.
Yeah, and then
it is the
while you're
only
there-
vacation you will ever go on in your life.
Oh my
Well,
god.
while you're there, there's all these activities you can do. Like, they have different ones in winter and summer. So they have, like, dog sledding, cross-country skiing,
Archery,
snow tubing, archery, snowmobiling, horseback
Zip
riding,
lining.
fly fishing, like, everything. So you pick your activities that you want to do while you're there, and then
Can you
every
pick all
day
of them?
you
Yeah.
can't. I think you can only do, like,
No,
3
you can.
days.
Yeah, it's like 3 days. So
Oh.
So you
That's pretty good, though,
Yeah.
for a
Yeah.
day.
Yeah, and then they have they'll have all these fun events, like they teach you how to line dance, how to lasso, like all of this stuff. Like
Ooh, I like to learn how to do that.
I
Lasso?
tried,
Yeah.
I tried, and I
It seemed
really,
like it'd be handy.
I really failed very badly.
archery was my worst, and I loved archery. It was so fun.
That was my favorite.
It was my favorite, even though I sucked at it, and they were looking at me like, "Okay, dummy, like how hard is it to like point at something and shoot?" You know, and I'm like, "It's not that hard," but it's like. And what was funny about it was the archers, like the actual professional archers, like anytime you shot into the bush, they would have to go retrieve it. It was like, sorry. Maybe you should stop talking shit about me and maybe teach me how to shoot.
I drove a huge, military-sized Hummer,
What?
on an off-roading course.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the best.
And every night there's in the saloon, they always have dance, line dancing. They had
Or a
karaoke
cover
one night.
band.
Yeah. Oh God. It is it is the most amazing experience ever. Ever since I've been with Thomas, it'll be 4 years this Sunday, and I'm like, I have to win a trip to the Marlboro Ranch. You have to go because it is the most amazing experience.
It is, and I've been twice.
So if you ever see something I don't know if you've ever signed up on the website.
I haven't, but I'm going to.
Do it.
I tried, but then they said that they were going to send something to me
to do it. Verify your age because
my age. And
if I've been trying, it's like that. What is it? Like that unreachable goal? It's this. Just send me to the ranch. That's all I want. It's like, hey, let's call Philip Morris. Can we get married on your ranch? I have a friend. There's enough room for everyone. We'll pay. I don't care.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
When was it Reno? Was it Reno that we were in, and that pastor or whoever, the God-fearing guy,
Yes.
down on the street.
We were there for 3 nights.
we were laying in bed and watching TV and stuff, and all of a sudden we hear. I'm like, what the fuck is going
that?
on? I'm like,
because we during the commercials we're mute, and he's proselytizing it on the strip of in Reno, and it's we actually had our hotel room on the 15th floor facing the strip. So I was kneeling down watching him, and he's on a megaphone. And he would start saying something, and he'd go on for 5 minutes, and then there were people walking around him. It was just this weird can I go down there and hear what they're talking about? Because I'm really curious right now what's going on.
Yeah.
Are you yelling? I mean, this isn't the city of sin. If you want to, you want to go to Las Vegas for that,
Well, he was talking about gambling.
He probably couldn't afford to
He
go
was-
to Las
he was
Vegas
proselytizing.
proselytizing.
It's proselytizing, yeah.
I don't think there's a lot of money in that.
No.
We were watching like cops.
It's like
pull
midnight
up.
on a Friday. We're like, God damn it. I was like, oh, the cops coming. Oh, they're just letting them do it. I'm like, okay.
Hey, maybe it's Reno cops, you know?
Reno 911.
Oh,
I used to love that show.
I know.
Oh
It was
my
so
God.
funny.
With Terry, the roller skating guy.
Yes.
Nick Swartzen was like my favorite. He was so funny. But that's honestly, truly, like, with the whole experience of the Marlboro Ranch, and that's something that I actually talked to, like, Bobby and fucking all of the people at.
Bobby,
I know, it was my favorite.
I loved him so bad.
Bobby, I hope you
It's Bobby
find
Joe.
us.
Bobby,
God.
no, not Bobby Joe. It was Bobby something. Bobby D.
Bobby D.
Bobby D.
Oh, he was my favorite.
He
Who
had
is
a-
Bobby
He was
D?
such a gay guy. It was
He-
amazing.
He had a signature drink that was an alcoholic,
Mhm.
but he was walking around and drinking it out of a clear cup. I'm like, whatever that is, that looks delicious. He's like, oh girl, you go to the bartender and you just tell him you want a Bobby D.
But I was talking to him about it when I was at the Marlboro Ranch. I was like, you know what? I never thought of it, but like this causes loyalty. Like this experience right here, it's like I'm never gonna not smoke Marlboros. Like I started smoking Camels, you know, and I was like 19 years old. And when I started smoking again, because Camels were too expensive, and I was a single mom at that point, I started smoking Marlboros. You know,
After your Liggett.
after my Liggets, my Sam's Club $30 a carton Liggets.
Oh.
Two
Liggett
Liggett.
USA.
Two Liggett to quit.
Hey. But I started smoking Marlboros, and it was like, but I, you know, it's like it was always like whatever's cheapest, you know. But it was like the only reason I'm ever gonna smoke Marlboro for the rest of my life is because this kind of experience where you say to me, hey, here's a free trip, no strings attached, and you really mean no fucking strings attached, except for maybe you want to smoke us for the rest of your life. I'm like, truth.com, listen, fuckers. Like,
And
Oh.
but and to be there, like you don't even have to be a Marlboro smoker. If you smoke Camels or whatever
Yeah.
else, they instead of getting 5 packs of Marlboros, you'll get 5 packs of Camels.
Yeah.
Whatever you smoke. If you chew, if you smoke cigars.
oh, at that
whatever
time
it
they were
is.
like pushing the snooze. They're like, everyone gets snooze. And I was like, I don't want snooze. They're like, you get it anyways. And I was like, okay.
One night, and I don't remember this. Like, I didn't even remember going to Denny's. But the next morning, and I had a big purse at the time. The next morning, I wake up and I go to my purse to get cigarettes out, and I've got like the white thing that holds the jelly with all the jelly in it, the white thing that holds all the different colored sugars with all the sugars in it,
And a
4 sets of
Yeah.
cereal, or not cereal, silverware, 4 sets of silverware. What else is on the
It's a
table?
Coke glass.
Yeah.
Coke glass.
And a bottle of ketchup.
Yeah.
From Denny's. And a salt and pepper shaker. I have no use for any of those things. But when I'm drunk, I can't help myself. I steal shit from restaurants.
I really have a thing for stealing napkins from good restaurants.
Oh,
If
the
they're
cloth
good napkins.
ones?
Good
Not the
napkins.
cloth ones, but just the really good paper ones. You know, the big, thick, good quality
Yeah.
napkins.
Like from like a rib joint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or there's a good lobster place nearby that also has excellent napkins.
Do they have good cheesy biscuits?
Yes, they do. They do
Mm.
have good cheesy biscuits.
Cheddar Bay biscuits are the best.
And they also have good clam chowder.
I really, really, really want to go to Texas West or Texas Roadhouse. What was it called? The new one by
Logan's?
no,
Wait,
the new one that's by Buffalo Wild Wings,
I think
Where-
on
where
Sunrise?
TGI Fridays used to be.
On Sunrise?
Yeah.
I've heard. Okay, so Megan and I were looking around for things that, like, we wanted to go out to dinner or something. Just go out to dinner. And so we went into a parking lot and we were looking it up and we're looking at the menu. And I swear that one, we were looking at the menu and it was pretty expensive.
You go there and you pick your piece of meat. Like you're looking at all the raw meat and you pick the one you want.
Oh.
You
I don't
do
know
that
if
at
I
Logan's,
like
too.
that.
There are a few things that I like more than a good ass steak.
Yeah.
I don't think I like anything to eat more than a good steak.
I don't like raw meat though. I don't even like looking
medium
at it.
rare. Medium rare. Still
No,
think
I-
no.
I
I
don't
did
even
it
like
medium.
I don't like looking at the raw meat though. Kind of grosses me out.
It tastes delicious.
I think it would gross me out if it was like a live lobster. I don't eat lobster. I don't really like seafood in general, but
I love seafood. I could totally take the lobster and put that sucker in the pot.
I like shrimp. Okay, this is the list of my seafood that I like. Shrimp, which I've said 7 times. Tuna fish sandwiches and fish sticks.
Tuna fish sandwiches.
Mm-hmm.
With pickle or without pickle?
Relish.
Depends. But I've gotten a little snobby and I can only eat albacore white tuna.
Yes, the albacore.
I'm responsible and I get the dolphin safe.
Of course.
Yeah. See, okay, here's my thing. I cannot
Unless
stand
it's raw.
anything that tastes
Sashimi.
fishy.
From
Yeah.
And to me, and people are like, if it tastes fishy,
It's dirty.
it's not good fish.
Yeah.
It's not. And I'm like, no. There's no way that every single time I've ever eaten fish is always bad fish.
right.
Like, the odds are super stacked against that.
Yeah.
To me, it tastes the way that goldfish food smells.
Yes.
Oh.
That's why
Yeah.
Food?
Yeah. Have you ever smelled goldfish food?
Yeah.
Tastes
The
like, or it smells like
flakes?
fish.
Yeah, it's flakes.
It smells
I know.
like
And
fish.
like
They
I
grind it. It's Soylent Green.
Yeah.
So-
Feeding you fish.
love
Goldfish.
sushi, but I get fake sushi.
Yeah.
I get it with cooked shrimp, and I get a soy wrap instead of seaweed. Because seaweed is disgusting, and it tastes like the way that goldfish food smells. I hate that.
Yeah.
I'm the same with like game meat.
Yeah.
It has that gamey taste, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, this doesn't taste gamey." I'm like,
Pheasant.
"No, that
or-
tastes gamey."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, pheasant is good though.
It's
Like
gamey
pheasant.
though, and it's really greasy.
Oh, I
Well,
don't think
yeah,
so.
like venison is greasy to me.
Venison?
Or venison.
Denison is chili.
That's chili.
Denison
That's
is
also
chili.
crazy because when you take the lid
Yeah,
off,
sounds-
It's like
all
this-
dry.
this-
Yeah.
Orange goop. You have to like throw in the fucking garbage disposal.
No, mix that in.
Yeah.
Although I will say that the last deer that Jesse got, he took his grandpa or somebody took to get processed, and it was turned into all different things like sausage and stuff like that. When we went camping
Wish
and
that
he brought it and
that
he
sounds
cooked
good.
it,
Mhm.
and I was like, okay, I'll try it.
Yeah.
And he's like, it doesn't taste gamey, and it didn't
It
taste
didn't. Yeah.
gamey.
I had some.
It was the first time
Yeah.
ever where it didn't taste
Wow.
gamey.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Mhm.
I'm like, this I could eat.
Yeah. Oh man.
You're making me hungry for like cheddar wurst and bratwurst and sauerkraut.
Hey, we have some in our thing.
Mm.
Put it on the top of that.
Yeah.
Oh, I should probably poke the fire.
So my 18th birthday.
I mean, 21st birthday.
Oh wait, yeah, I must have
person
been
cannot-
over 21 because there was alcohol involved.
Yeah, totally.
But
Exactly.
I was so young I felt 18. Let's just say
Yeah.
that.
She had the heart of an 18-year-old,
Yeah,
even though she was
exactly.
turning a
And
legal
the
age of
body
21 to
and the
imbibe
mind
alcohol.
and I had the everything.
The
of
liver.
18-year-old. Yeah. No, I had the liver of a 22-year-old. So we go down to San Francisco, and I rent out a hotel room. I planned it like months in advance, and I love the ocean and sea life and
Yes.
stuff like that. So this little boutique hotel in San Francisco that's right by like Chinatown.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's in Chinatown.
It's like
I can't even
it's
remember
right,
the name of the hotel.
Triton.
Hotel.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's right outside.
Triton.
It's
The
right
Triton.
outside the Dragon Gates of Chinatown.
Did you get Triton with the thing?
No, it's just like it's themed as King Triton.
I'm thinking
It's
of Atlantis.
like we had like some kind of
So,
weird
okay,
aquatic
no,
room.
no, we were supposed to.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
on each floor they have one suite, and they're all different themes, and then they have just like regular rooms, and the whole thing like it's like all funky decorations, and so I booked in advance the King Triton suite, which was the nicest suite they had, and it was decked out like you were under the ocean, and it had like a
Ooh.
hot tub in the room and like the whole nine. We get there, I'm so excited. We go to check in, and they take us up to a room, and we walk in, and it was not the King Triton suite. It was like Jerry Garcia. And I'm like, I don't even know who this is. Like, who the fuck? Like, this room, it was so tacky and so stupid and so lame. So I walked back down to the counter, and I was like, I booked the King Triton suite. And they were like, well,
which takes up the whole entire floor of the top floor,
Well,
not like one portion of the
right.
fourth
The people
floor.
who are staying in there last night, they didn't check out, and we can't make them check out. And I was like, bullshit. You can't make them check out. Like, I booked this shit like 6 months ago. Like, turning 21, wink, was a really big deal, you know? So, yeah, okay. So I was like, well, he put me in this lame Jerry Garcia, whoever the fuck this guy is.
Melanie, who's never heard of the Grateful Dead ever,
Yeah. Is that where he's from?
Yeah.
So I still didn't know. And incidentally, I also
There's an ice cream about him.
that's Cherry Garcia.
but it's named after it's a play word.
That was the only association I had with it.
You're like, that sounds delicious. This is not delicious.
Yeah.
This is
Okay,
crap
when
room.
they say it's a boutique hotel, it means the rooms are fucking tiny.
Tiny.
They're
Oh.
tiny.
So yeah.
They're,
So
it's like a boutique apartment in San Francisco is like this closet.
yeah.
They're paying $1,000 for.
So
Yeah.
So I was like, well, you're charging me the same amount for this rando fucking room
Right.
for some old
This
guy.
little
like,
tiny something we pay $79 for in Tahoe, we're paying $450 a night
yeah.
for in
that's
San
bullshit.
Francisco.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like that. I'm like, that's not right, you know. And they're like, of course, like fully taking advantage of the fact that they could tell we're all young kids.
Because we walk in with an entourage of
all
like
our
20
bags,
kids.
all
Yeah.
our bags are like 50 pounds clanking with booze bottles.
Yeah.
Because you know I'm 21 now.
Yes.
So
And they're probably thinking we don't really want to rent to
yeah.
these people.
So I was like, I'm not having this. And they're like, well, we can get you in a different room that's not a suite, and it's like less than half the price. I was like, all right, let's do that. So we go in, this room is even smaller.
Ugh.
And this was my first encounter with Soko. My uncle, Megan's little brother.
Who is in town for this shindig?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He brings a bottle of Soko, and he's
Uh-huh.
like, oh my god, it's so good. Like, yes, right? So I was like, fuck it, I'm down. And
Okay, hold on. My little brother, who is a year younger than her.
Yeah.
Okay.
11 months younger than me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking down. And at this point, like, I would just take shots like it was no big deal, no chaser. Like, I would, like, outdrink the boys. Like, I was a little badass 21-year-old. So, we're standing in the middle of the room, and he pours me and him a shot, and there's nary a chaser in sight. Okay?
Except for the water cooler at the end of the hallway.
Yeah, we put all the booze in the bathtub, and we took 7,000 trips to the ice machine and filled it up. Like it was like we were fucking partying. So we take the shot in the middle of the room with no chaser anywhere to be found. My very first experience with Soko, and I think it might have been my first shot. So I was stone cold sober, and I literally almost puked. It is disgusting. But, incidentally, if you mix it with Pepsi, it's fucking delicious. Like, I resisted it for a really long time because I can't even remember who it was that ever
Pepsi.
drank it. They're like, it's so good, it's so good, it's so good. And I was like, you're a liar, you're a fat mouth, you suck ass. And then I finally did it.
You're a
And
fat mouth.
I cannot even believe that it was the same booze that if you drink it by itself, it's disgusting, it's awful,
So with Pepsi,
and it has to be Pepsi.
can it be Diet Pepsi?
Yeah.
So how did this trip end, Mel?
Okay, so this is how this trip ended. We were all staying the night because we got a hotel room in San Francisco, and we were gonna get hammered.
Except for
drunk.
me and my little brother, we were driving home that day.
Oh wow.
And there was like I think like 10
Which
of us or
I am the
something.
oldest of our friends, so the only one who is like even remotely close to 21. And I'm 19. Yeah.
Anywho, so there was like 10 of us, and we were all going to stay the night there. It was gonna be awesome. We went and walked into Chinatown, had dinner, like we were drinking. Then all of a sudden, every fucking buddy leaves. And it was just me and one friend left, and neither one of us had a car down there. Literally everybody just left, and I was like, wait, what? Like, this is a whole deal. Like, we were going to party all night, so her and I hanging out, we're drinking.
With a bathtub full of booze?
Yeah.
We have
You and
like,
one other
That
person.
plays a part.
Yeah.
It does.
yeah. So we're
Because
Not only a
'Cause I'm
bathtub full of
sorry.
is a bathtub full of ice, like all of the ice on the floor and booze.
no,
No, it's a bathtub. It's full of booze.
yeah. So every fucking buddy leaves, and I still to this day have no idea why this happened.
How
because,
weird.
Like, hello, it's
Yeah.
like I paid for the hotel room. It's a free night in San Francisco. We have all the booze. We have all the things. Like this is San Francisco. They
Yeah.
all fucking
And there's
failed
two beds.
to come
Two
back
beds
to,
in
like,
this room.
random like suburb. What the fuck, right?
What?
Yeah. So me and my friend Nicole were there, and we're getting hammered drunk, and we're looking out the window, and I see a black tranny hooker get picked up. I was like, this is the best night of my life. Like it's cool to see a hooker get picked up, but a tranny, and it wasn't even like a good one. It was okay. It was like just a cross.
It was like bottom of the barrel. You're hanging out, not at
Like-
the meat market. You're hanging out in Chinatown.
Like it was like Thomas goes right now with his beard and puts lipstick and a wig on. Type of tranny.
I've seen that.
So
Not on me. I'm just saying. Not on me. But
So this guy who she'd been sleeping with,
Oh.
who I thought was the biggest,
Your friend?
yeah,
Yeah.
tool
The
bag
one
loser,
that was there.
who I fucking hated because he was a tool bag loser. She just texted me. She's like, "Oh my god, so and so just texted me, and he's in San Francisco." I was like, "That's cool." And she's like, "He doesn't have anything to do," and I was like, well, why is he in San Francisco? I'm pretty sure, like, she texted him to be like, hey.
Damn, at this lame party, you should come.
Yeah.
yeah.
Exactly. So he comes, and he's like, let's go to this club. It's close. It's really cool. Like, let's go. So we walk for, like, 30 blocks
Oh, God.
to go to this club that was really cool, and it was a strip club.
Oh,
With-
man.
A $30 cover charge. This is when minimum wage was like all of $5.75 an hour. So we were like, well, we're not gonna go in there. We're not paying $30 each to go in there. He's like, yeah, I get it. He's like, well, I'm just gonna go in and check it out and see what it's like.
I'm just gonna pay this.
I'm just gonna leave you two girls drunk as fucking skunks at midnight on the streets of San Francisco, 30 blocks from the hotel. So we had to walk back by ourselves. We get there, we drank some more, we called it quits, we put our jammies on, we got in bed. An hour and a half later, there's a knock on the door. It's this fucking loser again. And so he's like, can I crash here? And I was like, no. And she's like, well, he's got nowhere to go. I was like, not my problem. But I was like, okay, fine, whatever. Like,
That was nice of you.
I know. I was like, whatever. So I get in bed, and I was like, so irritated. I was like, where did all my friends go? Why is this fucking loser here? And the friend that I was with gets up, goes to the bathroom to, like, put on her pajamas or whatever, and he gets in the other bed, strips down to his white boxers. Okay, have you ever seen the movie Road Trip?
No, I have not.
Okay, have you ever seen this show with Jim Jeffries called Legit? Okay. Damn
Sorry.
it, Julie!
I know, right?
Okay.
I
So
read, you know.
he looks exactly like one of the people on there. So, I will never forget this.
Is that good or bad?
Bad.
No, it's bad. DJ Qualls is bad.
He's laying across the bed on
What?
top of the blankets. My friend's in the bathroom, and she's like head over heels. This is like her first. Like, she loved this guy, and he was a fucking player loser. Laying across the
Ugh.
bed with his white boxers, and he lifts up the waistband, and he looks down. He's like, "There's room in here for two." And
Yeah.
I was like, "You're fucking disgusting." Like, I was pissed. I told her, I got up and I went to the bathroom. I was like, this guy's a fucking loser. Like, do you have any idea what you just implied? She's like, oh, he probably didn't mean it. I was like, no, he meant it. Like, he was trying to get a threesome. So I was like, this, like, I'm really not okay with this. So I go back and I try to go to bed. And I've got my back turned towards that bed. And I'm almost asleep. And then I hear them having fucking weird sex over there.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So he gets up in the morning morning, gets in his car and drives home. And here we are still in San Francisco with no ride home.
What?
Because they all rode with other people who were supposed to stay, or like,
And he just drives away and just leaves?
So what we had to do was pack all of the booze back up in, and which of course there's like still 1 million bottles, and they're all well over half full, because for the most of the time it was just her and I drinking. Put it in a duffel bag, 2 duffel bags. We had to walk like 10 blocks to go to this mall where somebody that we went to high school with worked. And the people at the front desk of the stupid hotel, they're like, oh, that one's close. You don't need to take the train. Our friend told us to take the train there. They're like, you don't need to take the train. It's like 7 blocks. So we walk there. We get there. We go up to a little kiosk to ask where her store was. She's like, oh, that's not in this mall. It's in the mall that's across town. So we had to go from there back over to by where our hotel was to get on the Muni bus to go to where she was, to wait with her until her like fiance, boyfriend, whatever it was, showed up, who lived in Sacramento still, to drive us home.
Oh, man.
happy birthday!
Aw.
All the
my
while
God.
lugging the booze.
Lugging
Yeah.
a duffel bag filled, like, clink,
Yeah.
clink.
And the duffel bag had a thin strap, so it was like digging into my shoulder.
Oh, my God.
I couldn't tell you what anything in there was, but I definitely remember a bottle of Goldschlager.
Goldschlager. That's an awesome story.
It sucked.
Yeah.
She was calling me. I was like, I'm here. I don't know what to do. I was like, I can't go back down there. You know, it was crazy. Because
Oh.
I think they went on a Friday and I had to work on Saturday. And so I was like, they were calling me and I was like, I'm at work. I don't know what to do. I can't fix it.
Oh, man.
I know, it was so rude. Everyone just legit.
Yeah.
And it was like the plan, like, we're staying the night.
Right.
Everybody backed out, and nobody told me ahead of time. Because had I known, like, I would have just canceled that and done something in town. It would have been fine.
It was the only time I ever drove to San Francisco.
Oh, God.
Only time ever. And it was like,
And
fuck
you had to,
this
like,
shit.
drive
Yeah.
through San Francisco
Yeah.
to get there.
Because it's in a BFE of San Francisco.
Yeah.
You're like, you're trying to get to the utmost point before you get to the fucking Dragon Gates, and there's your shit, you know?
This
It's
one
funny.
time, Kelly and I went and took a day trip out to Bodega Bay or something like that. We're driving, and we leave the beach, and it was, of course, beautiful at the beach, because that's the beach. And then, like, the second we get away from the beach, it's foggy as fuck. And we're driving along, and we're talking, and I'm like, I swear to God, if I didn't know any better, I would say we were on a bridge right now. 'Cause you can't see shit. Like,
Yeah.
it is foggy as fuck.
Mhm.
And then I'm looking around, I'm like, this is so weird. I really feel like we're on a bridge. And then we're both kind of looking, and then there's like a tiny break in the fog. We're on the fucking Golden Gate Bridge. I was like, what? Golden Gate? Like, I don't even know where this is. Like, I've never even, like, been on this bridge before. Like, I've always just kind of seen it, and it's always on the other side of San Francisco where I've ever been.
I've crossed the Bay Bridge and I've looked at it, but never on this bridge. Yeah.
What?
Pull up to the toll booth, and it was like fucking $13 or something to start. And I mean, we were broke bitches at the time, so we had to like scrounge to make it. And I was like, to the toll attendant, I was like, can you, for the love of God, tell us how to get to the Bay Bridge? 'Cause that's like the only way home. And she printed off a little, and it was very handy. They had like she pressed a button, it printed off a little receipt, and it said the directions to get to the Bay Bridge.
Wow.
And so me, on my earthly buzz, had to drive all the way across San Francisco. Then I had to drive across the Bay Bridge. And I have this thing with the Bay Bridge, and I'm very thankful that they're blowing that shit up and tearing it down. Because I will never forget the 1989 earthquake.
Oh,
Seeing on TV
The cars
the picture of the
underneath,
bridge
yeah.
where the top collapsed on the bottom and
Yeah.
the cars and stuff,
Yep.
and it scarred me for life.
Yeah.
So Every time I've ever been across the Bay Bridge, it throws me into a panic attack. I have to take my seatbelt off.
Yeah.
Handle on the doorknob, like ready, because I'm going to fall into the ocean
Yeah.
and die if
Yeah.
I'm not ready for this.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I had to drive all the way across San Francisco,
Yeah.
like through all of the crazy streets, across the Bay Bridge. It was like the worst thing ever.
I've been across that bridge so many different times, but I've looked over the side and I'm like, that is fucking ridiculous. Whoever even thinks of, like, I can make it. It's like...
They don't jump because they think they can make it. They jump because they want to die.
No,
That's
I'm
the
just
thing.
saying, like...
They think that is like the same as the impact of falling from a 30-story fucking building. That's truly what it does. And like, if you're honestly on that bridge,
but you have so much time. It's by the time you drink,
you're like, oh, never mind. I changed my mind
until you fall,
Yeah.
and it's like, you're gonna suffer some real regret there.
Yeah.
You know, well, not for
It was
long.
actually,
but
I had seen on Facebook last month a guy that had actually jumped. He had it like a fucking bad week or something, and it was like the end of his straw. Like he got a call, and he was like walking under the bridge, and he fucking started booking. And he's like, before I could even think about it, I fucking leapt over the edge of it, you know. And he's like, I was falling and I landed on the water. And the next thing I see was the Coast Guard picking me out of the water, like, oh my God, you're a miracle, you know. And it was like this really powerful story of like how this guy was like, you know, these people came and rescued me because they're fucking waiting, you know. There's like 2,000 every year, like, that try to fucking jump off this bridge, you know? And
Fuck
they're
that,
like,
I've looked over the side. That doesn't sound fun.
Well, just, I mean, it's enormous. Like, you see it and you're like, this is fucking huge, you know?
The dreams
spent
of
time-
falling? The dreams of falling?
yeah.
That's the
Dreams
most
are-
terrifying way to wake up, where you start on your
Oh,
whole
God.
shit.
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine living through that? Like,
Yeah.
the whole
No.
falling process?
Yeah.
And
I'm good.
I mean, I'm sure it's like belly flop on fucking crack. When you smack that cold ass
If you don't
chunk
break
water.
your neck as soon as it happens, or like your back or something. Yeah.
But have any of you driven over the New Bay Bridge?
No.
Whoa, wait, the
No.
one that they were... No, they had it
I haven't.
diverted
But
at one
not.
point.
I think it's even freakier than the first Bay Bridge.
Really?
And I don't have like a thing with bridges other than the Bay Bridge. But maybe it's because like when you're driving across it, it's not as contained. Like on the Bay Bridge with all of the guard rails and stuff, like you felt really contained. To me, it feels really open. And they have it right next to the old Bay Bridge.
Yeah.
And they had, at the time where I went, and I believe it's still to this day like that, on the bottom layer of the Bay Bridge, when you're going from here to San Francisco, the bottom part for the first, like, quarter of it is gone. There's, like, empty space, and then you see where it starts. So maybe that's why it was so freaky or what. I don't even know. But it ooked
You're like, if
me
I
out.
fall, I'm falling to water. Like,
Yeah. It ooked me out.
Okay, so with that being said, like, I think about things like that, but before the era of technology, that shit was not there. There was nothing like that.
Yeah.
So you'd get in a canoe and you'd sit there fucking like paddling for days to get to any other side of the fucking other side. It's like, this is an island, I'm here.
Yeah.
And can you imagine, like,
Good luck
like,
getting your Subaru across.
right? I think of, okay, so I think of like, you know, driving up to Tahoe, and it's the fucking mountain passes where it's like windy and shit,
Right.
and you're going up the mountain and down the mountain. It's like,
They ate fools.
I know.
Yeah.
Like, that's how hard it was to get there.
Yeah.
You hate
Now
your
we
great
do it.
grandpappy.
And now we do it in a couple of hours.
And
Oh,
less than
damn.
2 hours.
Well,
We're like,
depending
oh, we're
upon road
here.
conditions.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, it's snowing. Okay, well, you know, we have to. Sorry, Junior, we have to eat you today. You, know
what's a trip to
No
think
shit.
about?
what?
The game, the Oregon Trail.
Oh my God!
Because, first of all, that shit is, that's probably, that game.
That family has died of
Dysentery.
dysentery.
That game is
Yeah.
probably where my anxiety issues have stemmed from. Because you're doing good, you're doing good, you're doing good.
You have a fever. Oh God!
You're like,
oh, God, dengue
you're like,
fever.
you're like, oh God, this is how deep the river is. Do you want
You
to pass it or do you want
broken
to spend 3 days?
axle.
And you're like, oh fuck, you're halfway through. You fucking
for the
sink.
river.
Your
Yeah.
family's dying. Your mama's got diphtheria. You have no food, even though you were the banker from Boston and you have no money. So you stop the hunt, and the only fucking things that you could find are rabbits, and you can't fucking get them. Or you get the 9,000-pound bear, and you can only take back 100 pounds of meat. It's like, why can't I just bring my family to the bear to eat? They could really,
Okay.
why can't they help me carry this 100 pounds of meat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because your wife's dying of diphtheria.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, though. People really done did that shit.
Yeah, I know.
They started on the fucking East Coast.
Mm-hmm.
And they literally did that in wagons across the fucking country, dying of diarrhea. Yeah. Rattlesnake bites. Like, you lost your oxen. You broke an axle. Like, that
what are you
is
gonna
so
do?
crazy.
It's going to set you back a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, you could do this or not. So
but you know what? The thing is,
Try
it's
it.
like, there's a lot of land between here and Oregon. Why not just settle? We're settling here. We don't have to continue going. We're just going to make our land in Wyoming. You know?
That is a good question. I literally never thought of that. What is wrong with Nebraska? Okay, so you're I regard you as like one of the smartest people I know. What was in Oregon that required them to kill off their whole family to get to?
Or their entire family. Not even like you are left alive, but y'all are dead.
Yeah. The whole part of the family tree just died.
It's like, okay, so the Oregon Trail doesn't make any sense to me because I think the California Trail, like, with gold, with the 49ers, and we're fucking getting there. Like, it makes sense.
Oregon Trail time was.
I saw this.
I'm gonna Google it.
Yeah, I saw this. Cool
Why do we
thing.
want to get to Oregon anyway?
I saw this cool thing when I was in Alaska, and they had this museum, and it was like showing like pictures of the sides of the trail when they were all trying to get up to where the gold was in Alaska, and it was just like, they all were stupid and they didn't know. They brought horses and stuff, and the horses couldn't do it. So there was like dead horses and luggage and just everything you can imagine that they were throwing off.
It's so worth it to get to Alaska for the gold. Yeah.
It was horrible.
At one of my old jobs, we had a swear jar, and we utilized it because, I'm a fucking potty mouth, and everyone that I worked with were. So we ended up with like $75 or something like that, and we went to Tahoe for like a non-holiday party because the owner was Jehovah's Witness, so it was in December, but it was not Christmas.
Yeah.
And we took the money from the swear jar and we put it all on red. It was black. That was cool though, what I mean? That's cool. Like, you're either gonna win or you're not.
But it's like a 50% chance right there. Yeah. What'd you find, Mel?
Frequently asked questions about the Oregon Trail.
Why are we going to Oregon anyway?
How many people died on the Oregon Trail? About 20,000 people.
A lot.
Yeah.
Which was like less than 1 million population of worldwide.
What kind of illnesses did people get traveling? Typhoid, mountain fever, cholera, flu, measles, and smallpox.
Cholera.
I swear it was
diphtheria.
That was one of them, but
that's the one. That's the one that always
your wife has died of cholera.
Yeah.
Oh, boo! Did everyone ride in covered wagons? Answer: because most travelers overloaded their wagons, which of course broke your axle.
Yeah.
Few could ride inside. Instead, most walked. Many did not make the entire 2,000-mile journey on foot.
Why are they going to Oregon?
That's what I'm trying to find.
Why? There's so much land between here and there.
I'm looking, but
stop.
Because of the beautiful coastline.
So far, that is not a frequently asked question.
Why are we going to Oregon in the first place? That's my question right now.
I like
Hold on, I'm going to do it.
What? Oh, this is interesting. Were there rules they had to follow along the trail? Answer: once they left town, there were no police, sheriff.
Okay, hold on. Town? What town? We're all coming from the same place.
Well,
we're going to Oregon.
I think it's from whatever town you left.
Okay.
There are no sheriff, police to enforce the law. The officers and judges on the train were responsible. Oh wait, train? What?
Okay, Google. Why are you going to Oregon in the first place? Oh, did my phone die?
Okay, I'll ask her. Okay, Google.
What do you want to search for?
Whoa.
Why are we going to Oregon in the first place?
And why do you have a sultry voice?
Man, if you call Comcast to pay your bill because your shit got shut off, the automated system, she's like, it's like, I'm a regular robot. Regular. And then, oh, it's searching for all of that.
Are we going to Oregon in the first place? So treat man review call Comcast.
Okay, hold on. I have to read this. Web search. Oh, fuck. Hold on.
Why are we going to the first place? Comcast.com.
Okay. Why are we going to Oregon in the first place? Oh, how do I? Hold on. Let me copy all this shit and like paste it.
Why did the
In
people
something that I can
take
read.
the Oregon Trail?
In your notepad.
What was the destination?
I don't even have a notepad. I'm gonna put it in a message.
Send it to me. I'm fine.
Okay. Okay, she got, why are we going to Oregon in the first place? So treat man overview, call Comcast, Sapir Bakoshi, catching off the automated system, just like it's
What?
just like it's like I'm a regular robot, regular and irregular. I just sent that
And
to you.
irregular. Okay.
So you can keep that little gem.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
awesome. That was
Any users called them. It's like regular robot voice. Thank you for calling Comcast. Blah, blah, blah. Put my credit card in, and she's like in her regular robot voice, like, "Oh, you said card number," and then it's a different voice.
It's what
It's
she
reading, and
said.
it's like 4, 7, 4, 3, and I was like, "Damn, girl!" Like, yeah. Oh wait.
Why are we
Googling.
going to Oregon in the first place?
Okay. Okay, let me ask the question before all y'all start talking because it fucks her up. Okay, Google.
What do you want to search for?
Why are we going to Oregon on the Oregon Trail?
Giggity.
Web search, are we going to Oregon on the Oregon Trail?
Okay. Oregon Trail Wikipedia?
Why Oregon?
They have a Wikipedia for everything.
Because
So don't
there's
worry
no
about it.
taxes.
says they went there because travelers were inspired by dreams of gold and rich farmlands, but they were also motivated by difficult economic times in the East and the diseases like yellow fever and malaria that were decimating the Midwest around 1837.
So we got
Oh.
cholera because we're going to the Midwest. Fuck you, Midwest.
True.
Thank you guys so much for coming out. It was awesome having you.
Thank you for
It was
having
awesome learning things with you tonight, like
yes.
Uber ratings.
What
Yes.
was the scooter-doo-doo? What was the German word again?
Schadenfreude.
Yes, Schadenfreude.
Schadenfreude?
Yes.
Is where something bad happens to someone else and
You
find
find
joy.
joy in it.
Yes.
I can think of a few instances where I'm ashamed to say that it's true.
Well, thank you very much for
Thank
coming.
you very both much.
Thank
Thank
you very much
you
both for coming. and
very much
joining us.
for
Thank
coming
you
out to
very
join us
much
today.
for having us.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks so much for listening to us tonight. Please find us on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram at Porch Drunkies.
So, anyways,
This is Megan.
this is Thomas
Melanie.
Julie.
signing off.
Have a good evening.
Have a good
Bye.
evening.